Hi, in this video training of React.js, we will be learning about how to style React using CSS. There are many ways to style React with CSS. This tutorial will take a closer look at inline styling and CSS style sheet. Let's look at an example of inline styling. To style an element with the inline style attribute, the value must be a JavaScript object. Let's insert an object with the styling information. Let's open our project files, index.js and public index.html. Okay, I'm going to comment the code from yesterday's training, so if you want you can use that as well. So I'm going to create class my header, okay, extends react dot component render function, okay, return. Here we can define our HTML, okay, div h1 style equals double curly braces color colon red, and you can say hello style, close the h1 tag, start the paragraph tag, add a little style. Okay, just close the paragraph tag. Let's close the div, and that's it for now. Yeah, and we need to embed this into this function to see the results. So here you can see my header, save the file, and let's kick off this npm start. Okay, so we have the hello style in red and the text add a little style in paragraph. In JSX, JavaScript expressions are written inside curly braces, and since JavaScript objects also use curly braces, the styling in the example above is written inside two sets of curly braces. Okay, camel cased property names. Since the inline CSS is written in JavaScript object, properties with two names like background color must be written with camel case syntax. Use background color instead of background hyphen color. So if we are using a CSS property with two words, we need to use the camel cased syntax instead of the hyphen as in normal JavaScript. Light blue. Okay, so I'm using background color instead of background hyphen color. Save the file and let's see the results in the browser. So we have that light blue background in the h1 tag. Okay, you can also create an object with styling information and refer to it in the style attribute. Let's create a style object named myStyle. So we have the same class component, but in the render function I'm going to create myStyle object and assign some properties like color is white. Okay, background color is dodger blue. Then we have padding 10 pixel. Then we have the font family Arial. Okay, then we have the return function, and within the return function we just embed the style object that we created above inside the style curly braces, my style, hello style, and little style. That's it. Save the file. Let's see the result in browser. So we created a style object and we then assigned it to the HTML element, and it was applied on the runtime. So that's how you can use JavaScript styling objects. Okay, you can write your CSS styling in a separate file. Just save the file with .css file extension and import it in your application. Okay, create a new file called app.css and insert some CSS code in it. Okay, I'm going to create a new file, source app.css. We already have app.css, source folder, but we can always overwrite it. Okay, you can call the file whatever you like, so I'm going to name it something else because I already have a file with app.css name. So I'm going to create a new file with app.new.css, and I'm going to write this CSS within that file. Body class background color 282 C34. Okay, color is white, padding is 40 pixels, font family is Arial, text align is center. Okay, save the file. Note that you can call the file whatever you like, just remember the correct file extension. Okay, import the style sheet in your application. So in our index.js file, okay, I'm going to import the app.new.css file. Okay, import ::app_new.css, the file that I just created, and we don't need the my style object here, and we don't need any style here because it will be applied from the external CSS file. Okay, that's it. Save the file, run the file in browser. You see we have the background color, we have the text align centered, and the paragraph centered as well. So we have applied the external CSS file on our application. Another way of adding styles to your application is to use CSS modules. CSS modules are convenient for components that are placed in separate files. The CSS inside a module is available only for the component that imported it, and you do not have to worry about name conflicts. Let's create the CSS module with the module.css extension. For example, mystyle.module.css. So let's create a file and call it mystyle.module.css. Okay, and let's add some CSS code. Big blue class. Okay, color is Dodger blue, padding is 40 pixels, font family is Arial, text align is center. Okay, let's save the file and import the style sheet in your component. So in our index.js file, I am going to import the newly created my style.module.css file. I'm going to save the file and okay, and in the h1 tag I'm going to use the class name equals styles.bigblue. So it will only import that particular class from the styles external file, which we defined here, bigblue, and says hello car. Don't need the paragraph tag here, and okay. All right, we did a little mistake here, so we need to reverse this. Okay, we need to go to app.js right here and import my style.module.css here. Okay, and create the class component here. Class car extends react.component and render function, return h1, class name equals styles.bigblue, and you can say hello car, close the h1 tag. Okay, and export default app. We are going to export default car here. Okay, save this file, and it is already being imported here as app. Okay, in the component file, in the main file, we can comment this class component, and we just need to render car object and import car from app.js. Okay, import car from app.js. Okay, save the file, go to the browser. It says React is not defined, styles is not defined. Okay, app.js, go to app.js. Okay, we are receiving some errors, so let's find the reason and fix them. Okay, one of the reason is to add the import React and import React DOM in our app.car.js file, and here we are using styles.bigblue, but we haven't defined styles, so import styles from this file and save the file. Let's run it in the browser. Okay, so we have the output now, hello car, which is the final output from our component. And that was all about styling React using CSS. I hope that you have understood the basic concept of using CSS and how we can use it in inline, in separate file, or as a JavaScript module and as a CSS module. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time with a new topic in React.js.